Hi, so, gonna get down to a season 2 review from not necessarily a Trekkie here, Aaron. Hi. I'm gonna step aside so you can focus on the camera for a little bit here, and then you're just gonna give kind of the idea of what all season 2 was generally for you. Like, I could talk to the camera and turn this into like the 20-minute video and people would be like, I'm bored. But hopefully you can like wrap up all the weird stuff about it.
So season 2 is definitely a season 2. You start getting more character development and characters start fleshing out more thoroughly. But you also... I encountered a thing online that says that the opposite of jumping the shark, which is a reference to Happy Days when Fonzie jumps over a shark, which indicates the time a show just kind of... The opposite of that is growing a beard, in reference to Riker's beard in season 2, which is when a show actually gets good. And it does. A lot of the rough edges have been smoothed out, with the exception of Dr. Pulaski. It's a much more thought out system, it looks like, rather than just being a thrown together, oh god, the pilot was okay, now what? We have a recurring enemy in the Borg and in the Romulans. We have, and the Ferengi to an extent. We're learning more about the universe. There's more casual references to other races. It's, all in all, a really good setup for a future show, and it's good in its own right.
What are your thoughts on Measure of a Man?
Measure of a Man is the kind of quintessential... It's the trial episode.
Yeah.
It's the challenging our perceptions episode.
Well, season 2 did that a lot on various things.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It tells us that no matter how advanced we are, there'll always be moral questions and that sort of thing. Questions of, well, who's actually worthy of this right? And this was filmed in the 80s, so I'm not sure who it was specifically speaking to. Star Trek's really good about speaking to specific political stuff.
Well, yes, that will come up again in season 4.
Yeah.
Spoilers!
But I'm not sure who it was for the late 80s, but watching it now, it feels like it applies to gay marriage, because that's the...
I think it was applying to it back then, too.
Okay, because that's the hot button topic now.
And that was a hot button topic back then, it just wasn't talked about.
Right. And that's something that Star Trek does well. It makes things acceptable to talk about.
Yeah. So, since you already kind of brought it up, let's talk about Pulaski in general. Not just from, like, Measure of a Man, but she is kind of a weirdo. She's not necessarily bigoted, she just never really progressed forward.
Yeah, she doesn't like to accept... God, how specific to be... non-organic and or non-bipedal humanoid life forms as real. If it's a virus, okay, kill it. If it's a virus, okay, kill it. If it's a robot or an android, okay, it's a tool, it's a machine. Oh, you have organic molecules inside you, you have DNA, okay, you're a person.
Yeah, technically a virus does too, but...
But viri aren't bipedal. I hope not. I do not want to encounter a person-sized virus.
Ooh, Matrix, spoilers. Anyways, sorry, I'm trying to see my questions over here, but I can't read from that far away.
Overall season 2 impressions.
We'll talk about Wesley. Is he maturing as a character? Obviously, he's maturing biologically.
Yeah.
He's
As a
developing an
character,
Adam's apple and whatnot.
God, he has the goofiest hair.
As
Last season he had the goofiest teeth. This season he has the goofiest
he still has
hair.
Mr. Goofy teeth.
Yeah, but not nearly as much. He's showing the college student stress and I'm picking up more responsibilities than I can handle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if there's an episode in the future where he just drops the ball on everything, but I kind of expect one from season 2.
Well, it almost like you expected it from the one where he was trying to get the team together.
Yeah.
There was like a dual thing in that episode. It was like Wesley doing his weird thing plus the pen pals Sarjenko little thing.
Yeah.
Also, there seemed to be several Prime Directive style episodes.
The Prime Directive is a really good idea. It's a great idea. But it also causes, well,
Strife.
What?
Strife.
I was going to say causes probably 40% of the episodes.
Nah. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be an interesting show if the Prime Directive wasn't an issue. It would be guy goes out and reforms the universe in his image, part 47.
Well, yeah.
And the Prime Directive really is what sets Star Trek apart. You don't like my coffee.
I know, but I don't want to go over and get mine. You drink that coffee. Anyways, so... Oh, Data is Sherlock. Go.
Oh god, I love Data as Sherlock. I mean, it's hard not to like Sherlock. But Data as Sherlock gave a lot of character progression to him, and it's just fun to watch because, well, if you've ever seen someone who jumps to the end and answers a question before it's been asked, that's Data as Sherlock. He solves the riddle faster than anyone possibly could because he's already read it. But it's also fun to see Sherlock stories in general because they're fun.
Pause. Okay, the last one was really what I thought it was. What about the introduction of the Borg? Technically they were introduced prior, but it wasn't necessarily known. They were the ones that were plucking up the colonies.
I still don't understand why they pluck them up and not just assimilate them.
It'll get later.
Okay. I immerse really easily, so I don't notice bad prosthetics or bad makeup. You told me it was there, so I was kind of aware of it. But, yeah, the Borg are the Borg from the start. They are inscrutable, unknowable, unbeatable. You just have to kind of hope they give up. They're the quintessential lion. I don't have to run faster than the lion. I just have to run faster than you.
Oh, right. Okay.
And there's no way to beat them. Yet.
Quantum torpedoes.
One of my coworkers was watching a Voyager episode, and
I'm just looking at the clock.
it was the Voyager episode where they really beat up the Borg. It was Unimatrix 0, Part 1 and 2. Yeah. So saying they're hard to beat is just like...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's that. Any little things? When do you think season 3 will come out? Well, when we'll get this thing done? Probably a couple weeks?
Yeah, we could do one of these every 2 weeks.
Or
Keep
so. I don't
watching.
want to put it down because in case crap
Let's call
has...
it every 3 weeks then.
Oh, sure, whatever. Okay. Bye!